today I have with me Miss Barb Smith. She graduated in the class of 1979. She's a pretty legendary player here for Miami. She played on the first four teams after the women's basketball team became a varsity sport here in Miami, so that's a pretty big time. She recently retired from being a high-level referee, and has officiated at every level at high school, the NCAA, and even the WNBA, so that's pretty big time, Miss Barb. And received the Naismith College Official of the Year in 2019. So there's some pretty big time accolades there, Miss Barb Smith. So we'll get right into it. So finish the sentence for me. What is Miami to you?
Opportunity. I came there as a freshman, not having an idea of anything, and by the time I left, they had given me the opportunity to experience a lot of things and to try and figure out what my life was going to be like.
This is nice. What's your best memory from Miami?
I was thinking about this last night, and there's lots of good memories because I wasn't involved in a lot of things with my teammates and stuff. I actually swam, played basketball and softball my freshman and sophomore years, and then just did basketball and softball. But as I look back and think about it, I think it was watching the growth of women's athletics from a beginner stage and now here in 2021 to what you guys and the opportunities that you have. Mm-hmm. We first started playing basketball on old Phillips Hall, which you guys probably don't even know what it is because it's torn down and doesn't exist anymore. We put up our own chairs for our fans to watch us. We washed our own clothes. We didn't have practice uniforms. And by the time I left, they had a full-fledged program going. We had moved to Millette to play basketball. We had someone else washing our clothes for us, and we got our first pair of shoes given to us. So, watching the growth of women's athletics and being there at the beginning and now seeing how it's grown, it's probably something I look back on as I think about Miami.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of major changes that you've seen so far, so that's really nice. So obviously you were a ref in the WNBA. Can you tell me a little bit about that experience?
So I gotta say, first off, all the things that led up to being able to get picked to work in the WNBA lead into it, the high school and the college experiences and stuff. But with the WNBA, it was once again a pioneering type thing because I was in right at the very beginning of it. Mm-hmm. So once again, to watch the growth of the WNBA, to see that women were allowed to play in the United States and show off their talents and stuff like that it was just a special time. I feel very blessed about having to be able to have done that. It was tough because you had elite athletes at every game, but it was fun. And the personalities out there between the players and the coaches. And, I have one picture of myself when Bill Lambier was coaching in Detroit, and it's like this. Yeah, okay, coach, whatever you say.
Right.
So, and the level, to see that women finally got to showcase their skills and show it to us was awesome.
That is really awesome. That's really cool that you get to essentially pave these paths for what women's basketball is today. What is one of your most memorable moments from either Miami or even just basketball in general, like as a team, anything like that?
So kind of crazy, but we didn't have a lot of different things at our disposal in terms of recovering from practices and stuff like that. So after every practice, we'd walk into our locker room at Millette, and there would be buckets of ice for everyone. And, we'd have to plunge our ankles into those things and sit around shivering. But it was a time for us to bond together as a team and to get each other through the pain we were experiencing. And when we finally went numb, the laughter and stuff like that. So, thinking back about just little crazy things like that with your teammates and people that you continue to be in touch with today, that makes it pretty memorable.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what are you into now?
So my officiating career and my main business career, I've both retired from at this point in time. but I'm still also very active. I'm a co-owner in 2 Culver's restaurants. So Culver's is known for their Butterburger and custard, and it's been a good opportunity to stay involved. I work in the back shop. I do the banking and the business side of it. I don't work much in the restaurant, but it's an opportunity to be able to give back to our community through doing community events and to help young people get started in a career, because we got a lot of high school students that work for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So in hindsight, looking back, what would you tell your 19-year-old self?
Boy, oh boy. Once again, this got to be good, but take every opportunity that's afforded to you. Also take each time every day, set aside 5 minutes and just think about something that you're thankful for. Have an attitude of gratitude. Find a mentor, join the Alumni Association. Never stop learning, be open to change, and be patient and trust yourself.
I like those. Those are some good points to take away. So initially, why did you choose Miami?
So back in 1974, when I was graduating from high school, there weren't a lot of opportunities for athletic scholarships and stuff like that. So you had to go out and find your own place. And so I was touring schools with my cousin, who was also looking at smaller mid-major type schools, Eastern, Western, all those MAC schools. And when I walked on Miami's campus, I can just remember turning to my mom and said, "This is the place. This is where I want to go." So I came down, and after my freshman year, when scholarships were just starting to be handed out and stuff, I was able to obtain a partial basketball scholarship and then go on from there. So that's how I got there.
That's really cool. We'll finish up with one more question. How has the Miami Family Network helped you to get to where you are today?
Early on, I didn't stay in close contact with some of the people that I'd met at Miami. Having moved from Michigan down to Ohio to go to school, that was different back in those days. Most people stayed closer to home and they had a big network of friends. I got a close network of friends, and I didn't really tap into them until after I'd gotten established in my career and stuff. But after being able to travel around to a lot of places because of my basketball officiating, I started making contact and staying in touch with my alumni friends. So I've been able to, call them up on the phone when I'm in town and visit with them and stuff like that. So that's been fun. I know they're always there. They're just a phone call away or a text or something like that. So, and with Miami women's basketball starting to draw in their alumni more, it's been fun to come to the alumni events and get reacquainted with them and things. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the next real alumni event.
Yeah. In person, face-to-face contact.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we definitely appreciate you, still being in contact with us. It's really cool to, have some of our alumni come back and speak with us and just have these experiences like this, because these are things that we kind of look back on and find really cool. So we appreciate it very much.
I had one more other thing, just, kind of the history of basketball down there at Miami. Back when I went to school, they had an organization called the AIAW, Association of Women in Intercollegiate Athletics. We weren't even part of the NCAA yet. Okay. Actually, women didn't become part of the NCAA until 1982. So, once again, there's a lot of pioneering things that went on there, but that AIAW experience, there wasn't even a Mid-American Conference for women yet. So all of our basketball games were played against other teams in Ohio, no matter how small or how big they were. So that was an interesting time also.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, like I said, we appreciate you so much for doing this interview, and we appreciate you again staying in contact with us, and sharing your experience with us. And thank you for taking the time out to do this interview. So.